first step that Tim does is he uses his Sizzix die cut collection. I do not have that collection. Using this purple paper that I purchased from Michael's. It's from Recollections. It's just their signatures glitter paper. Alright, so I decided that I like the idea of just kind of layering. So what I'm gonna do for now is put that to the side and work on the background. So what Tim does is he takes his Tim Holtz Distress paint and he puts a little bit of that onto a piece of wax paper, and he uses yellow, purple, orange, and white. So I will actually stick with those colors. I obviously don't have Tim Holtz paint either. I went out to the store the other day to buy some of the Tim Holtz products, and the only thing I ended up buying was his Distress stamps. So what he does is he takes the paint, he spritz it with water, and then he kind of drags his tag through. Okay, so the next step is he actually stamps in the background some text. I have a text stamp. I don't know where it's from or when it's from. I'm just gonna take some of the Tim Holtz stamp Distress ink and kind of mix the different colors together. So I am using Vintage Photo, Dusty Concord, and Fired Brick. And I'm just going to take my stamp and kind of, however it falls, give it that. Okay, so I've distressed the sides, and I also took some of the ink and kind of just blended it in the back because I didn't want it to be this stark white on the back, and on the front there's all this other stuff. I also want to make the border very dark, so I'm actually going to use Color Box pigment rather than Tim Holtz inks because they don't make like a solid color to me. They are meant for just distressing, obviously. So I wanted to make something a little more bold. Going with this. So I'm just going to do that all the way around. And the next step is just kind of applying everything on. These foam shapes from, I guess it's Schoolhouse Foam Shapes. It's just from a office supply store. They were on clearance, and I think they're meant for teachers or something like that, but I picked them up anyway, assuming I would need it for something, and they actually have these stars and moon shapes, and even though they're not as scary as the ones, or even more mature looking than the ones that Tim Holtz has in his Sizzix die cut set, I still like it, and I think it's adorable, so I'm going to use them. I might not use the stars just because they are a little too big, and it might be a little too busy at that point. So let's go ahead and start applying everything. Keep it stationed, time lapses in the world outside. So I'm going to do the moon, and then I've got some funny looking pumpkins, and then some three-dimensional embossed bats. And rather than putting a tag across the bottom and saying Happy Halloween or something else, I am going to use some of these stickers that say Boo because they're also three-dimensional and they're embossed. Now each one of these stickers are from Recollections and they were on clearance. Another reason why it might be fun to do your scrapbooking projects after the season, because I've said this in a couple of my other videos, the sales happen then. This is Tim Holtz Antique Linen. And just the same way that he distressed his chipboard die cut pieces, I am also doing the same to the stickers.
Break outside of your cathedral. Break outside of your cathedral. Of your cathedral. Break outside of your cathedral.
And our last step is to add the string on top, and I'll show you that in just a second. This I also got from Recollections, another thing that was on clearance. We've got different kinds of ropes and ribbons here. So I'm going to just choose one of these ribbons or ropes and add that on for my tag. Okay, so this looks nothing like Tim Holtz's tag. The only product that I really used that was Tim's was his distress ink. I took an idea of it and ran with it. You know, I guess it does look cute for my own rendition.